Hello and welcome to CIS 101. We are making progress and now we're in week 7. So this is going to be a short video that will walk you through how to work on the mid-level exercise. Most of you are doing very well in the simulations and you're also doing very well in the group wikis. So this is to just give you some hints on how to go about working on the mid-level exercise. This chapter deals with the charts, and charts is a very important feature of Microsoft Excel. So I'll encourage you to spend some time and try to make sure that you wholly understand how to work with charts. So you're going to download this file, and unlike the previous exercise, this one you have some instructions that you're given and you're going to be following these instructions, and this is how the file looks like. Like I mentioned before, I like to have my file on one side and my instruction on the other side, kind of what I call a split screen, and that allows me to be able to see what I'm doing. So I'm not going to do the whole of this exercise, but I'm going to be giving you some hints about how to go about working on this following the instructions. So read this information here, and it tells you about how you're supposed to be working with the grades and things like that. So you open that file and then you save it, append your last name. So in this case you'll come to file, save as, and then you add your name at the end. Create a pie chart from the final grade. So it's always good to first get a lay of the land, so make sure you understand how the data set is set up. We have the names of the students, their grades, the attendance, the final grade, the letter grade, and then down here we have some other data down here. So the first one that we are working with, we are creating a pie chart, and we are using the data in the range F35 to G42. So identify column F and you go to 38. So 38 is down here. So basically you're going to be creating a pie chart using this data over there. So you highlight, click on the first cell, highlight all the way like that, and then you'll come to insert and you have the chart. You're doing a pie chart, you do that, and you're told that the pie chart should be in its own worksheet. So you'll click on move and you want to click there, give it a name, and then you click OK. And then once you get here, you have your pie chart. You're supposed to be putting, I think, what is that? Apply the style to that, explode, blah blah. So the styles are right here. So as long as this is active, you'll have the styles over here. If this was not active, you'll not have the styles. So click on that and then pick the style that you want to work with. And then to explode, there's different ways that you can do it. If you double click, you'll select this specific one here, and then you can come down here and increase the explosion. Okay, so that way you're doing all of it. You don't want to be doing the whole chart. So you can actually undo here, because you only want to be doing only the explode the B grade. So how do you know the B grade? You have the legend down here. So you've identified the B is the red one. So click and then click again. So you double click, and that selects only the red one, and then you can go ahead here and increase, and basically exploding is to make sure that it is the only one that is visible. So you're kind of like giving it a distinct look so somebody can very easily identify that. You're told to delete the legend and you highlight on it, delete that. Change the chart title, you select, you type that. You're supposed to be putting some data labels, so click right here and then you have data labels. You can check that, move with the arrow over here and select based on whether you're doing outside in, if you have call out data, things like that. So that's how you go about adding those features. Okay, add center data labels, customize that, display the percentages. So in terms of the percentages, you'll come to display the data labels as a percentage. You go to more options and we want the data labels right here, and you want to do them as a percentage. Okay, so that's the percentage there, and you're doing the category name. If you had the value, you'll take it out. So check what you should be working with and then check the rest. Okay, so cancel. That's how you end up doing that. Remove the legend, add center data labels. Okay, so that's up to date, and then you can go ahead and change the font of this by going to home and make sure these are highlighted, and then you change these to whatever font size, and the color, same thing here. like that. Okay, so like I said, I'm not going to do exactly the same way it should be done, but at least you're getting some ideas how to go about doing it. Okay, so that's that, and then you go to E, create a clustered bar chart using that range. So you'll go back to your data here, and then identify the range. I think we are in E, clustered using the range A7 to D7, A7, that is A7 to D7, A7 to D12, D12, I think is right there. Okay, so this is A7, and then D12, this will be D12, but you have to highlight everything from A7. So highlight everything, click the mouse pointer and drag it down, and then you'll go to insert, and you're looking at the charts, but you're going to be doing the clustered. So this is the clustered. Click on that and you have your charts. You move it, same thing, to another new worksheet like that, and then you go ahead and apply the formattings that you told. Okay, so you have the chart title there. If you want to be working on the columns, just double click. If you double click on the column, you activate the format axis, and right here you can go ahead and do a number of things. You can do the axis, all this. Okay, you can do the tick marks, you can do the labels like that. So that's how you go about working with that. Customize the bar, apply the style. The styles are right over here. Okay, if you're going to be changing the categories in reverse order, once you double click here to have this check this selection, you have categories in reverse order under the format axis and the axis options, so you can do that. And what else you need to do? So the rest of these things you can actually do. Applying the style and all that is more straightforward. Customize the bar, sample student test scores for the chart. So that's just click here and type the name of the chart. Position the ledger to the right. This is the ledger right here. To position it, you click on it, select it, bring the mouse pointer when you see the 4 arrows, hold it down, and then, click once to select everything, and then hold the mouse button pointer to one of the lines, and then you can move it around. You can move it around and position it whatever you want. So that is that. And what else do we need to do? Data labels. So data labels, make sure the chart is highlighted. So if the chart is highlighted, then you will come to the chart elements and you have the data labels right there. Okay, and you can apply any format inside out all the way like that. Okay, so we're creating another one, a scatter chart using the range E7. So you go back to your data and you identify E7. So E7 is right there up to F33. F33 is right there. How do I know? Because I go to the name box. So highlight all that, E7 to F33 like that. And in this case, we are creating a scatter chart. So you'll go to insert, and under the chart you look for the scatter, and that's the scatter chart. You can click on the arrow down, pointing down, and then you click on this. So this is used for helping you to see if there is a relationship between the variables, because we have two values here, the variables right here. So we have the attendance record and the final grade, and you're trying to see whether there's a relation between how the students attend the class and how they perform in the class. So that's how you do that. You can come back here to the data labels and you can add a trend line. Okay, make sure and see that line shows you there's actual relationship. So if you attend the class more, you tend to perform better. Okay, so you always make sure that the chart area is selected. That's how you're going to activate all these options for formatting and designing your chart. Okay, you can also add labels for the horizontal and the vertical and horizontal axis. You go through here and then you have data labels. You click that. Oh, actually not the data labels. I want to put the chart the axis titles. So if you check this box here, you'll see that you'll have this right here and then this one right here, and then you can add the specific name by just typing. So click on it, select it, and then type the information that you want, and it should be able to appear here when you press enter. So that's how we work with that. And what else do we need to do? That to create a scatter, we did that. apply this. Okay, you can do that. Percentage of attendance, primary horizontal axis. Okay, use help. Now they tell you to use help to do a couple of things here, and with help you can come in here and click type, tell me what to do something, and basically what they're doing is the same thing. If you come right here on the axis and you right click, you'll have these options right here. So the format axis options, you can also be able to do them through there. Scatter, use help to do that. Minimum, maximum. Okay, change the font to 12, vertical axis. Okay. Now I did not move my chart to its own grid. You can do that. And now you can see you have all these different charts, and you're supposed to give them a name. I'm not giving them the names. You can rename them, or you can name them before you move them. So you have all that, and that helps you to be able to see that. Okay, so that's what we are working with. If you right click, you double click here, it opens for you these options here, and you can use them to help you in formatting your charts. Okay, anything else we need to do? Parchment texture. So to apply the fill, make sure that you highlight the plot area. So you bring your mouse pointer here, it's going to tell you this is a plot area. You click, it's going to be active. Okay, and then you can come here because we're going to activate the format plot area. You click on the fill, and you're doing pattern fill, and then you look for the parchment right here. So you move your mouse pointer and just select one. Make sure it's something that's going to make your chart stand out. Okay, insert a linear trend line, you already have that. And then the last one you'll do is the sparkline. So we're done with that. Go back to your data because sparkline is another type of graph. So you highlight the area where you're going to be putting the sparkline, and you're told the range H8 to H3, H8 to H33. So highlight the area first, and then you'll go to insert, and in this time you're doing the sparkline. So it's right there. Click on the sparkline, you're doing the line. Click on the line, you have to highlight the data, select the data that you're going to be working with, and we are told that the data is in the range H8, change inside the sparkline in the range that. Use the 3 test scores columns, test score, unit 1 into unit 3. So under the data range, you can click in here, then come in here and select B8 all the way like that. So that's the data that you need for your sparkline. You don't need to select anything else because you already have the location. And then excuse me, you click OK. That's going to put for you the sparklines right here, and then the formatting options are available. All what you need to do is click if you want to show the low point, high point, things like that. Okay, if you click outside here and it's not active, you have to bring the mouse pointer back here, click and highlight, and once you make it active, then the tools for helping you to format it will be active. So the design features will be active, and then you can go ahead and do that, change the font color, do all that formatting. So after that, you can go ahead and insert the footer. You know how to do that, save the file, and then you upload. So that's basically how you should be able to work on this assignment. I've given you some of the hints. Your book has more information. I'm available through the phone in case you need any input. And otherwise, all the best.